Quickle. Alright. We are playing more grounded. This is episode 2. Last episode we did a whole bunch of shit. Now we're going to continue forward. Alright, so get ready for a very dialogue-heavy moment in this game. This is the part of the game I kinda dislike, is that they put a lot of dialogue in one spot. So I marked this. This is grub. We'll come back to this later. But right now, I gotta do this. Get our clovers back, because obviously I used them for that one little flag. So we can obviously use that grub thing to find more grub. What we're gonna do, we're gonna make another lean-to, and we're gonna put it right about here. Because this area is dangerous. I'm gonna grab this. This is what I want. Okay, that was your fucking fault, bro. Fucking motherfucker. He got in the way of my shit. That was not my fault. He literally walked into that. That was funny as shit, though. Hang on. Did I get the recipe for acorn? Because I researched into the shovel. Yes, okay. Inventory. Put shovel in shovel spot. There you go.
Where are you off to, Ant?
I don't care where the ant's going. I care where this is going.
Let's see. Got a new one.
Grub. So grubs, I like them. They're very useful, but they do have a problem. They basically fill up inventory, so that's a problem. We are full of stuff.
I'm not picky.
I'm gonna eat the acorn bit so I don't have to worry about inventory a little bit. So we got 3 tops, 6 shells. And a little bit of sap, okay. I'm really watching this so I don't, like, overfill. That is all that we can carry. We can't carry any more shit. So let's move along. So our inventory's full, and we need a way to fix that. And there's one very good way to do it, but first we gotta go over here, because this is all purpley and burny and pinky. Investigate the explosion. Explore the lab.
This place is getting pinker by the minute. Man.
I like how boys don't like pink. I think pink is okay. That's funny. Anyway.
Science.
Bingo. Storage chest. Maybe we can research something else. There you go. Ah! That was too quick. I wanted to read that one. That one was important. Basically, that gave me Ladybug. This is my favorite armor. Due to one reason. That. Block strength increase. Basically, blocking in this game is important. So having that gives me the ability to block for longer, so I like it.
I have isolated the source of the particle irregularities. They appear to be a byproduct of the shrinking process. If I adjust the machine to account for their existence, it should be the key to the de-shrinking, expanding process. Virgil, please bring up the readings for the irregular covalent SNPI 42Z particle traces. Ugh, that name is going to get tiresome. And while you're at it, rename all references to the irregular covalent SMPI 42Z particle to raw science.
Order received. Raw science identified. Does it require cooking, flipping, or grilling?
No, none of those. Categorization.
That answer is not permitted, according to health code standards governing the handling of raw food items.
Ah, yes. So we got 3 labs here. Warning, security lockdown. The other one said hostile presence, so that was a 1. 2 was pond, which needed battery replacing, and 3 was hedge. Or sorry, 3 was haze, which said the air contamination is bad. I'll remember those. What does it say? After successful mineralization, cycle complete test attempt to shrink 1 full box of device. Upon emerging subject inspection tested and proper functionality. Failure. Miniaturization successful, but in beginning and further testing is impossible at the moment because a fucking bumblebee took the shit. Damn. Alright. Oh. Oh.
Alas, I am laid low. System reboot in progress.
So remember when I said about dialogue? This is the part.
Thanks for the helping hand. I am Burgle, acting science manager for this project. I am also a robot. I am sure this all must be very disorienting for you, but hopefully I can explain.
It's gonna take a while.
I suspect you were miniaturized by Dr. Tully's spacer device. Why are you here in the yard? I do not know. In fact, I cannot seem to recall much of anything. A recent power surge has caused a massive raw science containment explosion. This lab, as you can see, is a disaster. And what's worse, the explosion has disrupted my computing power. My memory banks are corrupted. Sorry to pile on the bad news, my new friend. How can I be of service? It seems you and I are both a little discombobulated. Given my best calculations, your biomass has been subject to covalent spacing reduction via interatomic energy extraction. In other words, you have been shrunk. It is likely this was achieved using Dr. Wendell Tully's spacer platform. Patent pending. Shrinking can be a traumatic experience for tiny human brains, and memory loss is a known side effect. Hopefully your memory will return in time.
You talk a lot, and I still don't know why.
Dr. Tully is a brilliant scientist and inventor. He is also my creator. My initial protocol was to serve as the short order cook of the future. However, I have been recently promoted to acting science manager to assist with his experiments. No doubt my previous work experience has been invaluable to Dr. Tully. Although, now that I am processing it, I have not seen him for several weeks. And now I cannot recall where he went. It must be my corrupted memory banks.
Great.
You are here, in the Oak Lab, built and used by Dr. Wendell Tully to experiment on all things small. This is the base of operations for conducting experiments in his yard. To return to your prior size, you would need to successfully activate Dr. Tully's spacer platform.
I like how I keep raising the bat, so it looks like I'm about to beat the shit out of him for talking too much.
Unfortunately, my readings indicate it is inoperable. It appears to have suffered several malfunctions from the explosion. I am sorry, but it appears you may be stranded here for some time until we find a solution.
What happens if I say nothing?
Well, being silent will not get you home. Does your vocal synthesizer require maintenance?
Oh.
Well, being silent will not... Ha-ha! That is a great idea. Let me run a full diagnostic scan on it and see what we need to do to get it fixed up.
I've never clicked the other option, so I was curious of what that actually did.
Processing! Memory fault. Code for ARG. I am sorry again. It appears I have sustained more damage to my memory chips than expected. Without those memories, I do not know how to repair the spacer. Dr. Tully used 2 types of chips to back up my memory. Auxiliary chips are small capacity chips used to store project data. If you find these, I should be able to help you learn new survival recipes. Super chips are special, and they are gold. They back up full directories of my memory system. If we are going to fix the spacer, that data is bound to be on a super chip. I suggest exploring the other labs in the backyard. Return with any memory chips you find. Dr. Tully has built many more labs throughout the yard. Each lab is used for various experimental procedures. I can upload their locations to your Scabby. Processing. cheese and fries. The lab locations are missing from my memory banks too, but we are in luck. I was able to retrieve the location of one of the facilities, the Hedge Lab. The Hedge Lab is the observation center of the yard and used for research on arachnid webbing. You will find the hedge near the house if you head southeast. The lab is located deep inside the hedge. Sending the coordinates to your Scabby. Try to find the Hedge Lab first. That reminds me. Dr. Tully locks the important labs with biometric scanners. Head over to the ASL terminal and place your... Once you are registered, ASL in my science. Log on unless you have an...
Okay, he talks too much. Shut the fuck up. Basically, what he was trying to say before I cut him off is we have to go to the Hedge Lab first, but nothing is stopping us from going to other labs. There is other labs, there's 4 of them, and we can only go to 1 right now because that's the highlighted one. It's way the fuck over there.
One success after another! I have returned Burgle to his original size! It appears that my new raw science containment field is working at 99% effectiveness. 98.5%. Right, Burgle, right. However, as Burgle indicates, there is some minor, insignificant raw science leakage for another time. Noted. But I see no reason to put off a human trial. I believe there should be no issues. But audentes fortuna juvat. I am ready to prove my creation's full potential. End recording. Burgle, I'd like to record some messages for my family in case things do not go as planned.
Anyway, another thing he was also saying is that we can go to a science shop and buy some stuff. So let's do that. With this, raw science is now useful to us. Before it was just a collectible. Now it's a, consumable. We can use it to get more stuff. So you can get the smithing station and the cooking station immediately. This will allow us to make the cooking station and the smithing station, which allows us to do that. Then I'm getting this because this gives me floors. You don't get floors by default, which is really dumb, especially when you get the grass tuff and all that. So now we can craft floors, which is good. So all those things, big bug killing and all that, those are missions. We can actually do those missions, and we'll be able to get more raw science. Basically, each one is about 250. I was about to say 25. It's 250 per thing. So that basically gives us the ability to buy more stuff, is to do missions. So now we have the smithing station, which means we can now make brittle whetstone and plating, which is really good. And next we have the cooking station, which allows us to make food, and these foods can have different effects. And then finally, the last one, which is the one I got, that I want, is the bases stuff, which basically gives us flooring, stairs, all that. So now that we have stairs and stuff, that means we can build a base. So you're probably wondering, where are you going to build base at? Well, there's a couple places to build base, and I'm going to go over the few that I found to be the most useful to me. Fucker. Up the leaf. Go up here real quick so I can fucking see. So obviously when you build a base, you're going to build it really early. There's no reason to go to the upper yard. If you want to know what the upper yard is, hang on. It's up there with all that other stuff, with like the castle and the shed and all that. That's the upper yard. There's also a mid yard, which is there and there. Mid yards are much easier to get to, and they don't really have much new things, but they do provide some extra stuff. So the mid yard is like the little step up area, and otherwise the rest of it is the lower yard with the hedge, the haze, the sandbox, the table, all that shit. Hang on, I hear noises.
Having a little peek. I see you.
here's Stippy Steps and stuff. Anyway, so this area right here is pretty good. This is the oak tree, obviously. So you can get sap, you can fight spiders, and, you know, all kinds of things around here. This is a pretty good area, and obviously from that spider web, you know that there's spiders here. So, you can fight spiders all day, you can get a whole bunch of spider parts, and you can use that for all kinds of stuff. And then you also got all this grass here, right here. This is a pretty good spot, is in the middle of the yard, because this gives you a lot of open area to build that way, and all that. I don't recommend building near the spacer, because that can block off some things. So what I would recommend doing is probably living somewhere around this little area right here, which gives you plenty of sap and stuff. There's also the hedge area over there, which has a little water area. So right there is pretty good, but then you're cut off from the other half of the yard and you have to explore. Then there's up there, which is a pretty good place to base as well. Because if you go up there, you'll be able to go other places pretty easily. You'll see what I talk about later. Then there's also the rocks over there. You can barely see them. But those rocks over there are pretty good. You can actually base on top of those. But basically, you want to base in the middle of the yard because it's near everything. Because having to travel across the map is not very fun. It takes quite a bit of time. So, upper yard, not really worth it. Middle of the yard, kind of worth it. For a couple reasons. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to base right about... let's see. I don't want to base right next to the tree. I want to base close to it. Probably like right there would be a pretty good spot. Pretty good. But I think I'll base here. Right here, right in front of the thingamajig. Oh, I got tufts, so I can jump. Whee! So right about here is a good spot, so I think I'll just base here. About the thing. Gonna need some dry grass. There you go. We need a pallet, because this will allow us to store as much grass as possible. And then we can actually build easier. We can also do the stem one, which allows us to get stems. Oh my god. There you go. We'll collect more fiber. Alright, let's go.
Your next slide, you.
Die, larva. My base. So there's larva here. I didn't even know there was larva here. I guess I am pretty close to like the one area over there. Huh. That's gonna be troublesome after a while. Basically, larvae, they spawn in a few places, and they're one of the most annoying enemies in this game. They have really fast attack speed, and they're just... annoying.
Looks like a shriveled up baby. Or
It looks like a
maybe Mr.
douchebag.
Dickerson.
That's what it looks like. Fucking, now I can't build here, because fucking they're gonna annoy me. This is fucking every day. I could build a little closer to the oak tree. I could do that. I could just build over here and just build up. That annoys me. I'm being fucking drawn away from my home because of fucking larvae. Let me think. Let me think by killing this ladybug. What? But, bitch! I had enough health. What the fuck? I totally had enough health for that bitch. I'm mad. I'll kill 5 grubs.
At least I didn't lose all my stuff.
Fuck that, I'm killing this whore now. It's because I'm wearing slippers, huh? Yeah.
You can be smart, fast, lucky, or just a bummer.
I can also block. I've completely forgotten. Oh shit, I fucked that up.
Weevil snuffling along here.
Fuck. I know how to block, bitch. I just don't like doing it. I just don't like blocking, sadly. It's my least favorite thing to do. So after all that, I think I know what I want to do. I'm just gonna have to build. I mean, I could build on top of this. But why larvae? I just don't want to deal with the larvas because they're annoying. Fine. Build over here. We're building up anyway. Spin, spin, spin. Flooring. I should have enough for all the floor. The only thing I don't have enough for is the supporting stuff. I don't have enough for supports. We're gonna Minecraft this whore. I don't know why. I like building houses with like fucking ramps and shit going up to it. Here, we're gonna do this. Last one. There you go. So that is all the grass we had, so we have to go get more, but that's fine by me.
Come here, you
because
little
it's like,
green sausage.
I have enough for a house anyway, so I don't have to do all that. I'll just get the grass underneath my house. We have 1 stem, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna leave these pallets under the house because the thing is grass does regrow, and it's a bit annoying and finicky because sometimes it'll regrow even if you get rid of the stem part. It'll just come back because I've had that happen with dandelion tufts before. With dandelion, they'll just fucking come back multiple times, and it's annoying because like you want them to be gone, but they come back. So when you deal with grass, you gotta deal with it every time. I think what happens though is if you build on a specific spot, it won't regrow, because I've had the problem with dandelion tufts where they'll just come back randomly when I already chopped them, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna build a platform to catch myself when the dandelion does regrow, and then it never regrows.